Hey guys and my fellow YouTubers, welcome back to my channel MDMG Top 10 Hashtag Facts. Wish you a very happy new year 2021. Let this new year bring a lot of joy, a lot of good health, prosperity to every one of you who is watching this video. So thanks a lot for your continuous support and a honest feedback for all the videos that we have posted so far. And some people appreciated by calling me personally for the top 10 restrictions video that we presented to you last night. And we are so happy to listen to these kind of positive feedbacks. So if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly subscribe and support. So let's jump into today's video. Today's video is all about the top 10 Hindu temple facts, and I'm very sure most of these facts are new to you, because we have picked a few temples which are well known to everybody, like Tirupati Balaji temple, but the facts what we are going to present here, it's something you are mostly unaware of it, right? And watch till the end, because there are a couple of temples that we have mentioned is of great value and heritage, and you will see the facts about it and you will be awestruck for sure. Okay, so watch it closely till the end, and let's get into the number 10 fact. At number 10, we got the different styles of the temple, right? The temple design, I would say. So there are three styles predominantly for all the Hindu temples, that in India, abroad as well, right? So the first one is the Nagara. So North Indian temples, if you see, that is the structure they have, right? And it's a Dravida, the name signifies it's South India, right? So it's mostly that kind of a Gopuram we call. And the next one is the Visara. It's a mixture of it, right? Because the Mandap it's basically that of the south, and the actual Gopuram, right? It's that of the northern India, that is Nagara style, right? So if you visit any of the temple, there are millions of temple in India, and you will definitely find one of these three structures or architectures, right? It won't be anything beyond this mostly. And if you come across any such, kindly post that in the comments. Okay, let's get into the ninth fact. So the ninth is the oldest temple in India. So you all will have a lot of lists, but the actual oldest temple is Mundeshwari temple, that is in Paunra Pahad, Bihar. The chief deity is Lord Shiva and Shakti. Just check out this year. It's 625 CE. CE is nothing but the common era, which is even before AD. So it's way before, right? And it was monumented since 1915. It's open for the public and it's still functional. That's very interesting, and they maintain it very well. If you happen to visit Bihar, don't miss this opportunity to get into the world's, I would say even the world's Hindu oldest temple, right? So, and then please throw the feedback on the comments, if you have visited or if you're planning to visit. Okay, so let's get into the number 8 fact. Number 8 is the richest temple. After Vatican City, it's our Tirupati Balaji temple, which is located in Andhra Pradesh. The chief deity is Lord Balaji, or the Venkateshwara, right? Lord Venkateshwara. And everybody already know about the fact that this is the richest temple. They get a lot of donations, a lot of people visit around the calendar, and it's very, very busy. Almost all the seasons, there is no restrictions, no festive seasons for Tirupati Balaji, right? And they have that famous prasadam laddu, right? So so we all know about these facts, and these couple of facts probably which most of us are unaware, right? The first one is, why Lord Balaji's eye is closed? Can anyone guess it? Even it's a surprise for me, because you will get, like, say 10 to 15 seconds max per person to look into Lord Balaji's statue, right? And that too from far. But next time if you go, you just notice that, right? The pair of eyes of Balaji is closed always, except for one day, that is Thursday. The reason is it emits radiation that humans can't withstand. That's what they claim, right? It's surprising for me. And only on Thursdays the white part gets shrinked, so the radiation is little less. That is one of the reasons they mention, right? It's something new to me. Okay, and the second one is, what happens to all even the hair that people sacrifice, they pray out that, if this happens, I'll give my hair, I'll shave my head, right? So where these hair goes, so it's a big business behind it, right? So they actually process the hair, and actually they segregate into six divisions based on the texture and the color and the length, and they import within India, and also they do export, right? And they export to African countries, where they use artificial hair. They stitch artificial hair, and they change their hairstyles, like say every month or a couple of months. I have seen it in my own eyes when I was in Africa for some time, right? So this is something new, some new fact which I came across, and it's a big business behind it, like crores and crores of money is involved in it also. So this is really informative for me and for you as well if you're new to this, right? And also, do you know the meaning of Balaji? What does Balaji mean? So Balaji means strength. Just note this point, because when we go forward, I would refer to this slide again. Okay, and you will definitely correlate that with Balaji, because Balaji is the childhood name of Hanumanji. Our Hanuman, so his childhood name is Balaji. That's what they say, right? So let's get into the seventh fact. So seven, we have picked three famous temples based on the architecture and the specialities, right? So first one is the Meenakshi Amman temple, which is situated in Madurai, Tamil Nadu. The chief deity is Meenakshi Amman, Parvati, and Sundareshwar Shiva. Everybody knew that clearly. And Sri Ranganathan temple, which is in Trichy and TN, where this is the where you see Kaveri river everywhere. The chief deity is Aranganathan and Ranganayaki, right? And the third one is very important temple which you have seen in news and other documentaries, is the Padmanabha Swami temple in Trivandrum, Kerala. So they opened couple of doors and they found huge gold monuments and other valuable stones and everything, right? So they are planning to open the third, but they're worried because after opening two such doors, a lot of incidents are happening across the world. So they believe that they just have to keep it a bit slow and not to open now. They are waiting for right time to open it, right? So this is kind of a little bit of history about Padmanabha Swami temple. So let's get into the sixth fact. Six is about the stunning architecture, and you all know the great Brahadeeshwara temple, which is located in Tanjore, Tamil Nadu. So it's built by the Chola dynasty, right? And the chief deity is Lord Shiva, and the built year is 1011 AD. So again, it's way before. And UNESCO, it is actually under the UNESCO World Heritage Center, because this architecture is something very stunning. And the shadow of this temple will not fall on the floor. The reason is the dome at the top, right? It's called as Viman in Vimanam in Tamil, right? So that is way big, and that whenever the sun is in any side, right, the shadow won't fall on the floor. So this is something amazing architecture, right? Way before, I would say, like a few thousand years ago, how they managed to build it. It's really interesting. No technology, no proper equipments, with all those elephant and muscle power of human, right? They build it. So that is really great, and I recommend everybody to visit this temple at least once in their lifetimes. Okay, so let's get into the fifth fact. Number 5, we have the exorcism temple. So right, many temples have that, right? They actually remove the evil spirit from human who are affected, right? So that's a belief and a myth. I won't say it's a myth, it's a belief actually. So this temple, Mehendipur Balaji temple, it's in Dausa, Rajasthan, Dausa district of Rajasthan. So this you can see the name Balaji, and obviously you'll think it's a Venkateshwara or the Perumal temple, right, like Tirupati. But like I mentioned when I was discussing about the number 8 fact, Balaji, so you can correlate that Balaji is the childhood name of Hanuman. That's why the chief deity here is Hanuman. Okay, and the person who is suffering from evil spirit, the sankat walas they call, they get the release from the distress by performing some kind of practice called as arji, savamani, and dakhast. So this is something interesting for me too, right? And for you also, I guess. So and if you happen to be in Rajasthan, if you plan to visit, don't pick these 2 days, Tuesdays and the Saturdays, because these 2 days are very 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 busy. So try to pick the other days. And this, you can see the front view of the temple, and this is the actual god, Hanuman, right? So this is again something new to me, right? So whatever you feel, try to report that in the comment section. Okay, so let's get into the number fourth fact. The history says Lord Vishnu led an army to destroy the demons which were lauded, above the Himalayas, right? And they focused their strength, and huge flames rose from the ground. So from there, a young girl was born. So that is called as Adi Shakti, right? So this is something very interesting, I would say, because that Adi Shakti in Tamil, it means the origin of the power, right? So that's the great history behind this temple. So if you happen to visit the UP, try to get into this temple, and click some pictures and share it with us as well. Yeah, okay, so let's get into the number third fact. So number three, we have Kedarnath. And everybody is very familiar with Kedarnath temple, which is in Uttarakhand, and the chief deity is Kedarnath Lord Shiva. They have very special, months. That is April, where they have the Akshaya Tritiya, and November they have the Kartik Purnima, right? So these 2 months are very special, and they are closed most of the times, most of the year, because of the drastic weather, right? It's always cold and snowy during the winter, so they close it because it doesn't have a proper path, right, to walk. You gotta park your vehicle somewhere, and you have to do a 16-kilometer trekking to reach the temple. The temple is situated, I would say, like it's more than 2,500 meters above the sea level, right? So you all heard about the 2013 flood disaster as well, which was very sad, and a lot of pilgrims died, they lost their lives, and all the pathways and everything washed away. And there are a lot of documentaries and videos about it in Google, in YouTube, right? So a lot of people lost their lives. A lot of hotels, motels, houses were washed away because of the flood and all the pathways, and they reconstructed it, and they made it significantly great, now. But still, it's closed now for COVID restrictions. So try to avoid visiting any temple now. When things get better, definitely do visit all these temples what we have discussed, right? So let's get into the number two fact. Number two, it's Ma Kamakya temple. It's in Guwahati, Assam. The chief deity is Kamakya. She's a young bride of Lord Shiva. Okay, and you can see the couple of pictures of what I've given there, right? So the first one is the simple photo, and the second one, you can see that is the shape of a female genital, right? So the rockfish in the shape of a yoni, that is the chief deity, that is the Kamakya god. It's something new, right? Because I have never seen this kind of a goddess picture anywhere in the world. And one beauty of it is there is a menstruation cycle that happens for goddess for 3 days of every month, which is something very extraordinary, I would say. And there is no explanation behind it. They say it's menstruation cycle, and ladies with menstruation cycle are allowed to visit this temple as well. So this is very very interesting, and something very peculiar about this temple. And I have never heard of such fact across any temple, any religion across the world. If you happen to hear something similar to this one, do post your comments in the comment section. Okay, I'm very curious to know about it. Okay, and obviously our subscribers are also interested to know about it. Yeah, thanks. Let's get into the number one. Okay, so number one is the fate changer. Why we have mentioned the fate changer is there is a history behind it. I'll explain you in detail. So this is the Brahadeeshwara temple, which is in Tirupattur, Tamil Nadu. The chief deity is Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva destroyed Brahma's fifth head. I will tell you what happened exactly, right? So Brahma is the one who creates people and who actually fixed the fate of every individual. That everybody knew. That's a myth in Hinduism, right? So what happened? Actually, he has got five faces and now it's four faces, and he's famously, popular. Like Brahma has got four faces, but in reality he had a fifth face, okay, the fifth head, I would say, rather. So what happened was, he challenged Shiva that, hey Shiva, I'm the creator and I decide the fate of everybody, right? So I can do that with you as well. And you know what Shiva usually does with anyone who's actually a kind of a headstrong, right? So he actually teach them a great lesson. So what he did, out of his anger, he destroyed Brahma's fifth head. So Brahma was very much worried. He thought he is the strongest, right? So then he accepted his failure, and then he did went on tapas for more than 200 300 years, right? But still Shiva was very angry. But one day Devi Parvati's met Brahma, and Brahma pleaded Parvati, and Parvati appealed, took that to Lord Shiva and gave him darshan under the Magara tree. So that is the reason this temple is for Lord Shiva, and it is called as Brahadeeshwara temple, because Lord Shiva changed the fate of the fate changer. You know what I mean, right? Brahma is the one who fixed the fate, so Lord Shiva changed his fate itself. So after all, we are humans, right? So our fate can be managed and changed, by Brahma, definitely, and Lord Shiva. So there are a lot of reviews and a lot of facts about this temple. A lot of people who visited once definitely will visit twice, by mentioning that yes, we came with a lot of hopes and a lot of prayers, and every single thing was answered, and our fate is now changed. So that is the belief here. So kindly do visit once at least in your lifetime. If you're in India, Tamil Nadu, and if you're in abroad, try to get, whenever you are on a pilgrimage trip or a tour to visit India, try to visit this temple. And if your life is better, it will get very better. If your life is not so good, it will definitely become very good. So this is one of the important facts that we were supposed to present, and we are happy to present. Okay, and I'm very sure you guys have gained at least 2 to 3 good points about all the temples, right, after going through this video for over 10 minutes. And I'm very happy if you have taken some takeaway out of it, and kindly mention that in the comment section. Please do subscribe and hit the bell icon for instant notification. Thanks a lot for your continuous support, and keep supporting and sharing our videos so that it will benefit many people in the world, right? So with all good positivity, with all good hopes, let us start this new year. Okay, and thanks a lot for your continuous support. It's me, Murali, your YouTube friend, signing off, and I will get back to you with a very good informative video again. Thank you. Bye bye.